Final race on the opening day of this season, then we finish off with a Class 2 over the 1400 metres with a field of 14 once more going to post. Headed by Super Aces, signed up with a course and distance win last season. Mongolian King, he's a two-time course and distance winner behind Super Aces on his last start. Northern Superstar got some relief from the handicapper in the off-season. Super Wealthy won his last 3 starts last season. Alexi Bedell in the saddle for Douglas White. Beauty Applause was third to Super Oasis on his final start. Amazing Beats comes down in trip. He's a winner over the 2,000 metres. Down to Racing Fighter, comes in with no trial. And Monica for David Hayes and Matthew Poon from barrier number 3. Now, as far as the horses up at North Chungfar and back are concerned, Super Oasis, Ballistic King, King Opie, Amazing Beats and Flashcard, Mark.
Our speed map for the final race of the day, and it's over the 1,400 metres. And it looks this way. Beauty Applause, the flashy looker, goes to the front over Happy Fun, Super Wealthy and Ballistic King, Super Oasis, and then come the lines. Amazing Beats, Monica, back to Star Shine, Kairos, Unicorn, and Northern Superstar against the rail is back at the tail.
Super Wealthy, the first one we'll look at. We haven't seen him since the 1st of March, this horse. He moves nicely here, under a really good hold as he comes down. A couple of even sectionals for him. Should get a nice enough run from barrier 8. The field should spread out, so he looks good enough there. He's only been beaten once, and that was on debut in Hong Kong. Ballistic King, first. He was a horse that really went through the grades last season. He looked good. He's won a couple, and his work's been good leading into it as well. He's just got an awkward draw in 13. And here is Beauty Applause. He's the one that did beat Super Wealthy when they did meet, and look, he's under a good hold as he comes down and he goes nicely. He's the horse closest to us.
All right, okay, some interesting pieces in track work. We'll have a look at some trials and races as well. Let's start off though with Douglas White, with one of the stars from last season for him returning in Super Wealthy.
Douglas Super Wealthy, he's won his last 3 in a row, but we haven't seen him for quite a while. Why is that?
He had a knee issue, and it was my opinion with the vet's advice that we do surgery and remove a chip. He's come back from that in really good order. He's had a long, steady preparation, and a lot of slow work's gone into him, but he feels ready to go back to the track. He's obviously nowhere near his peak performance just yet. He's been off the track for a while. He's a little bit rusty, but you have to start somewhere, and I think it's a perfect opportunity for him.
So are you going in there thinking he can win, or is it just going to be good to have him back at the races and hopefully get through the race in one piece?
It's just an absolute blessing to have him back at the races. I think he's one of my better horses in my stable. He's got a very bright future. He's an amazing horse to sit on in the mornings, so just to have him back at the races is really good. He's a competitive individual, and he's been angry in his box and not been out there doing something which he does best. So to have him back at the races is good. I'm sure he'll be his competitive self, but I'd be very surprised if he won with the condition that he's in. As I said, I've given him a barrier trial. I've given him as much slow, long work, and it's time for him to go back to the races. But I will warn that he's nowhere near 100% fit.
Just on that barrier trial, he reared up when the starter let them go. Is that a one-off, or is he a horse that does have barrier issues, do you feel? No,
he's never done anything or indicated to me that he will do anything. As I said, he's ring rusty, so he was in the gates for quite a while, and when the gates did open, he came out, he hopped out, so that he would have gained a bit from that, and but no, he's never done anything silly in the gates before.
Super Wealthy, of course you're a 13-time champion jockey here in Hong Kong. No truth to the rumour that he's named after you, Douglas. Yeah, no, he certainly didn't get named after me. But yeah, look, to sit on a horse like him, it's horses like him that I wish I was still a jockey, because he gives you a really good feel.
So he obviously thinks a fair bit of this horse, Mark, but he's laid it on the line there that he's it might be a long road back for him.
He's in more as cover on any bets, I think, Sunday, Paul. He leapt in the air. You'd like to see him jump cleanly, but there's going to be that nagging doubt in the back of your mind. You don't win 3 from 4 if you're hopeless either. No,
he's obviously got the ability, and he has got that competitive edge, as Douglas says. He gives him a nice feel. Douglas doesn't think he's quite there, so he is dampening expectations a little bit with this horse. So it'll be interesting to see how the market treats him as well. I've still got him in the numbers because I think he's a really good horse.
Yeah, he's got the ability. Well, the market says he's favourite at the moment, so but with a bit of time before post time, of course. Let's have a look at some of the other horses, how they've been working, winding up for this. Super Oasis, who signed off with a win last season. That's him just looking for cover at the moment. And the other horse is Amazing Beats, Mark. I've got a bit of time for, but maybe over a little bit further.
Yeah, 1,400 metres for Amazing Beats in this race on Sundays. Wins in Australia over 1,300, 1,550, and the Tasmanian Derby over 2,200. He's won here over 2,000 metres. Didn't seem to want to take the run through on the inside and was actually pushed along a little bit late here, Paul. Super Oasis has trolled nicely, but he has travelled into the races like that plenty of times too.
Yeah, look, it's interesting that he did win over this 1,400 metre distance last season. They tried him all the way up over to 2,000 metres. Super Oasis, they had a crack at the 4-year-old series with him there. But the 1,400 was a good win last time, and he has got the £10 claim.
Yeah, Jerry Chow on board. The trials here with Beauty Applause, who was behind Super Oasis last season, but does get that slight weight relief, £4 better off. He runs second in this trial. We've got Happy Fun, who runs in 5th place, and Flashcard as well. Paul, what do you make of these three?
Look, I like Beauty Applause coming into this race. I think he's a really good chance, Beauty Applause, so I've got him. Happy Fun, look, the blinkers will go back on him, the visor will come off him. He's just drawn awkward in 11, so he might have to work a little bit harder. I just really like the trial here at Beauty Applause. I thought it was a really nice trial. Flashcard, I think, has to improve a bit.
Yeah, Flashcard was disappointing in that trial too. That was his second trial, Beauty Applause, since we've last seen him at the races. He's yet to win in this grade, but he has won 4 from 12, and he does get in nicely here.
Yeah, definitely want to include. Hard to leave out, but is Super Wealthy, Paul, who's favourite. He's in for you, though, but where do you see the winner coming from?
Beauty Applause, I think that was a nice trial. He's had 2 trials. He looks really forward for me, so I've got him on top, Beauty Applause, to beat Super Wealthy. I think class, is, as we know, is pretty permanent with him, and we'll see if he can bring that competitive stretch to the races. Ballistic King, I thought, kept to surprise me last season, running some really good races, and Super Oasis in there for 4th of the claim. 8, 5, 7 and 1 for me.
Same 4 numbers as Paul, just a bit of a different order. I'm going for number 7, Ballistic King. Chad Schofield might have a really good day if things fall his way. War of Courage, Ballistic King, both capable of winning. R10 and each way chance as well. Now, he's had a trial, Ballistic King. He ran 8th in that trial. He wasn't pushed along at all in it. His last start in Class 2, indeed his only start in Class 2, he was a winner off a rating of 81. He's now a rating 88. Beauty Applause is in for 2nd. He's coming back up into Class 2 for the 5th time. Super Oasis has that confidence-building win next to his name from the 12th of July. And Super Wealthy has won 3 from 4 and a debut 2nd behind Beauty Applause. He's up £3 for that last start win. 7, 8, 1 and 5.
Well, it took us 10 races to get there, but I've got the same 4 numbers as well. Beauty Applause to beat Ballistic King. At 20 to 1 looks pretty good value as far as that is concerned. Now, as far as the stats are concerned, Paul, we're looking at Benno Young and Zach Purton.
Yeah, when they team up together, they have a really good first 3 rate. 61% there from 28 rides. They teamed up since the 18-19 season, and 6 wins, 4 seconds and 7 thirds. Now, he's got 2 rides for Benno, one of them being Sure Win-Win, the first starter, and also All Joyful as well. So I think both those horses, I've got them in the numbers. They've both got good chances.
All right, speaking of good chances, what's the best bet?
Computer Patch in the big one. I think he can, from his barrier draw, he should get the perfect run. I think he's a class horse, and he's got plenty more to come. He's in for a good season. Tony Cruz always starts off the season well. And Uncle Steve, a horse who has won fresh in the past, he'll be a double-figure price. And the play, Fat Turtle, Beauty Legacy, and Computer Patch, QQPs.
Hero Star, Neil Callan with the ride for Manfred Mann. 3 seconds from 9 starts. Second behind you, Chonk Pegasus at massive odds 2 starts ago. Lucky Guy's got a great first start record when he kicks off the season and played the day race 3. Winston's lad, the old boy, Hero Star and Bigger Champ.
Best for me. Excellent proposal comes up in race number 9. John Size and Joe Murray, very hard to beat. He will be favourite, but I think he's hardest to beat. And Victorium in the big one, so taking on Paul with Computer Patch. I think Victorium looks over the odds at this stage. And excellent proposal, Uncle Stephen. Private Council, I thought, interesting as well. David Hayes with a runner there in the 9th. All right, there we go. We're all set for the return then, Mark, on the opening day. Interesting to see how David Hayes gets on, of course, and Alexi Bedell with his return too.
And a little something on Chad Schofield on the Jockey Challenge might not go astray either.
Yeah, looking forward to the day. And don't forget the new bet type, of course, the forecast. Looking forward to that and seeing how that takes off here in Hong Kong.
Great stuff. Or enjoy the day, boys. That's the show, though. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll see you on Sunday again. We will be racing to win.
Good night.